Hi, I'm Sam Waddington, and I'm running for Mayor of Chilliwack in the upcoming elections on October 20th. And we're standing here in Vetter Park at the base of the new Vetter Bridge right here, and looking across at Crossing Park, which is a park that's currently in development. It'll be outdoor workout equipment and beautiful green space and access down to the Vetter River. And we're at the nexus point of the junction where the entire looping of the Rotary Trail will happen, and this is the final stage to be completed. I think that the key to the way that council and the mayor deals with the public is to make sure that we are engaging properly with the community. I believe that the role of a mayor and council is twofold. It's both engagement with the community as well as leadership. So I need to put forward a vision that this community can align with and make sure that I am hearing as we move forward what matters most to Chilliwack citizens, and make sure that in every park space that we develop and every new building that we put up in our community, that members of the community have the chance to influence those decisions and that we're hearing from them loud and clear at City Hall. So the campaign has been ongoing now for myself for almost 3 months, and we have been knocking on doors throughout the community, hosting community events, policy listening sessions, and so far we've connected with over 5,000 individuals, and the response has been amazing. We're hearing from residents about their challenges with homelessness and housing affordability, as well as public safety and crime, the congestion in our transportation networks, their desire to see park space and amenities, and many other things, and we're taking all of that and adding it into our platform to make sure that whatever we put forward as a policy vision as soon as we take office, that it reflects the needs of this community and that we've heard you loud and clear, Chilliwack. So as soon as we get elected, it's a full reset at City Hall. We need to start with the biggest issues facing us, but we also need to make sure that we're building a team that can do that work. So we need to get to know each other as a new council. It will be a big turnover regardless of how the election unfolds, and so I'm hoping that we sit down as a team, we sit down and collaborate on our priorities, as each councillor will have ran on different items and have different items that they want to see happen in their 4-year term. But the goal ultimately will be to address the housing crisis that we're facing, to deal with homelessness and poverty reduction on the streets of our community, and that is everything from healthcare to addictions, as well as dealing with our RCMP crisis and our policing model. And in my opinion, we need to do a full review of our policing model to either shift to a municipal police force or completely revamp the way the RCMP delivers services here in our community. Yeah, so Chilliwack has remarkably clean waterways in general. We have the Fraser River to our north, we have the Vetter River to our south, and lakes and creeks throughout our city. However, we are seeing as tourism traffic and as rafting and these kinds of activities and fishing takes place along the Vetter River and the Fraser River, that a lot of those users in the fishing community and in the recreation community are leaving their garbage behind. And so every year we do host river cleanups, but we need to get to the place where our community and our visitors to our community take care of this place and love it as much as we do, and make sure that we don't pollute our waterways and that we're keeping our environment clean for generations to come. Yeah, so I've chaired the Transportation Advisory Committee in the City of Chilliwack now for the last 3 years, and we've seen the largest expansion to transit in our city's history over the last 3 years. We revamped our transportation model, changed some of our major busing routes, and expanded services into some of our rural areas like Yarrow and Greendale. However, that was just the tip of the spear. We now are moving on to a cycling network plan, Cycle Vision Chilliwack, and we're redoing a pedestrian plan right now, and that's for within our city. But ultimately, as everyone who commutes outside of our community knows, the congestion on Highway 1 is becoming intolerable, and it certainly is affecting businesses and industries, everything from farming, shipping milk down valley, to goods and services arriving into our community, and visitors not wanting to make the trek in bumper-to-bumper traffic back to Chilliwack if they're coming from Metro Vancouver. So we're going to need to look at longer range solutions. That may include an extra lane on Highway 1, but we know that that is not a long-term solution. That might buy us 10 years or 15 years. However, in the long run, we are going to have to move to a rapid transit model. The federal government has asked us to come to the table and talk about this, and that's probably going to take the form of something like light rail connecting from Chilliwack into Abbotsford, and I know that Abbotsford's having conversations right now connecting into the new Langley system that just got proposed to Langley City Centre from Surrey. Yeah, with a desirable community comes the challenges that when people want to move here, it creates a bit of a housing crisis, and we are feeling that as with every other municipality in the Lower Mainland. So Chilliwack needs to modernize our approach. We are a very desirable community, but we can't run this place like a small city or like a village anymore. Gentle infill in our residential neighborhoods is no longer going to be a solution that meets up the needs of our community and continues to meet the demands coming forward. So we need to proactively rezone land. We need to look at high density in our urban core, and there's massive advantages to that. It helps to spur on the retail sector in our downtowns and in our major thoroughfares along Vetter and Yale, as well as it provides better transit opportunities. It's cheaper to provide services like policing and fire response, and it provides a different style of living. Our community has often taken the form of single-family residential, but we are seeing an increased demand for condominiums and for apartments and for people who want to live in a more urban style, and our community needs to move forward on that, and that will also help to alleviate the housing affordability challenges that we're facing right now. Currently in Chilliwack, we have a less than 1% rental vacancy rate, and so it is impossible for many people to find housing in our community today. So Chilliwack needs to continue to think about fiscal prudency. We need to continue to run budgets that reflect the needs of our city and not go over budget, and think about how to plan long term and yet how to make sure that fiscal responsibility today is in order. And I think that what we need to do is we need to re-look at our model of pay-as-you-go philosophy. Most other communities don't do that, and they don't do it for a very good reason. And that is that, for instance, on our curling rink, when I got onto council 4 years ago, we had a budget for that curling rink of $6 million. It is being built out today at $11.8 million. That is grossly over budget, and mostly it's due to the escalating costs that come with delaying a project for that extra 4 years. So if we had purchased that building upfront for $6 million, even if we had to have borrowed a little bit of money to do that and paid interest on that money over the following 4 years, we would still be millions of dollars ahead. And that is simply one project. We do this on all projects in the city of Chilliwack. So I think we need to modernize our financial approach, and I think by doing that, we'll provide better services. We'll provide them now. You won't have to wait 10 years for a new road up to Promontory, or for the expansion of Vetter Road, or for a curling rink, or for a recreation center. You can have those facilities today, and it's more fiscally responsible because the end cost to you as a taxpayer will be less. Yeah, vote for Sam Waddington for the future of our community. We need a shift in Chilliwack. I believe I'm the best person to take us forward, and I'm looking forward to working with the new council. So vote for Sam Waddington, and let's make some change in Chilliwack and be proud of our community. So if you watch Lifestyle Channel coming through the remaining part of this election up until October 20th, there's going to be coverage from municipal races across the Lower Mainland, and you can stay tuned on what's happening in the election. See you guys. Thank you.